Good evening, candidates. Good evening. Uh, Today I'm going to tell you about the E.C.G.C interview questions asked. आज हम आपको E.C.G.C PO इंटरव्यू में पूछने हुआ क्वेश्चंस बताएंगे. I will tell you those questions. I have already told you about the two interviews of two candidates, one candidate from Nellore, another candidate from Hyderabad. Now I have got certain other questions, but based on two or three interviews that I have received, I am of the opinion that the interview board is asking questions based on your background, your qualification, your experience, your family details, your native place details. Based on that, they are asking. Here, one candidate has told, panel was very cool. They asked many questions, all related to situation based faced by the exporters and what E.C.G.C can play role in it, and basic terms of economy like GDP, gross domestic product, balance of payments, balance of payments, balance of trade, balance of payments, then balance of trade, then trade deficit. Then always keep an eye on your degree, and after that time how you utilized as an employee, how you can be useful to E.C.G.C, and important to describe yourself, how can you be a strength to the organization, how do exporters get license, that is export import license, how do they get it, who is granting it, who gives them the license, which are organizations that are involved with exports in our country, what are all the organizations that are involved with exports in our country. Oh Baba, this is a good question. Next one, why you want to leave State Bank of India and join E.C.G.C? What kind of service E.C.G.C provides? How E.C.G.C helps in increasing the export in India? What job are you looking after in SBI? How your experience in SBI will be of help for us in E.C.G.C's. India GDP in terms of percentage comparison to other countries in the world. India rank in gross domestic product. Tell me who is on first, second and third place. Why E.C.G.C is more focusing on low risk countries. Low risk countries rather than high risk countries. Compare your experience in Canara Bank and SBI. What are the qualities of a good leader? Difference between transformational and transactional leadership. What will you do if your team resists your decision? Compare SBI and E.C.G.C in overall terms. What do you like? This candidate told reading, football, and new hobby, guitar. Best guitarist. Who is the best guitarist? How many types of guitars and differences between them? If I have to do salsa, which guitar to prefer? Best guitarist top 3. Why join government service when government itself is shrinking? What, according to you, is work-life balance? Why Indians are obsessed with government jobs? Why can't you achieve it in private jobs? What is E.C.G.C? What are we doing? This is what the chairman asked. Why is why is there a need for export? Tell other agencies involved in export credit other than E.C.G.C. I think this is a question oft repeated. Do we import also? What India imports most? What is banking? Why do we need banks? What is hot currency? What is pink ATMs? What is this farmers protest all about? What is Supreme Court saying in this? Why farmers are worried? How to get how government get majority revenue from? Where its majority is spent? Name three schemes regarding farmers. This candidate says, be thorough with current topics like Afghanistan issue. Farmers protest. Be confident as they are following through your responses. Now, this candidate was the first to go on a particular date. Background BCom. Every word written in the address asked, know where you live and the history of it. United States China trade war and implications. Protectionism, good or bad? Why taxes on fuel? Why can't the government reduce it? Why not under GST? What is artificial intelligence and IoT? Implications on the job market. Name the editor of newspapers you read. National Housing Bank, role and current developments. Perhaps this candidate is working in NHB. Impact of COVID on Indian economy. Disinvestment, good or bad? What E.C.G.C is doing? Why do you want to come to E.C.G.C? MSME, why important and problems faced by that sector? What is happening in Afghanistan? Tell the history of it and how the US could have done it better. So these are the questions that were asked in say 2 or 3 interviews which happened on 24th of August or so. So based on this, I am of the view that you must be knowing about yourself, your city or town or village, your college, your company or office where you have worked, your plus points, then about export, import of India, then authorities dealing with export and import in India, then general economic questions like GDP, then trade deficit, then balance of trade, balance of payment, like that. All these economic terms you must be familiar. And also questions about what you are doing. Sometimes the questions are based on your hobbies. Like one candidate told about, say, guitar, and more questions were asked on guitar. So when you are answering questions, be aware that the next question will be based on the answer you are giving for the previous question. And main problem I have seen is about export import. Who are all the authorities? What are all the organizations engaged in export import trade in India? So that question, I think you may have to google.com, search and be ready with the answer. So this is what it is. And in case some of you feel like having a mock interview, I request you to remit Google Pay or Phone Pay rupees 100 to 9003037557. Then send your CV to samba.s7@gmail.com. Please send it. After remitting money, you please send the mail and also tell me which date you want interview, what is the time in which you want the interview. You can tell me so that I can arrange for the interview over the phone, because many candidates are feeling shy about talking over the say video, so they talk over the phone. So whatever is your requirement, tell me, I will arrange for it. So this is what it is. And yeah, ECGC interview is not tough. I will say it is not easy. So it has to be based on your confidence, the way you communicate. But one thing I think, you may have to talk only in English, not in Hindi. So that is one problem in this ECGC interview. Unlike IBPS and State Bank interviews where you can talk in local language. No, sorry, you can talk in Hindi. So this is the point I would like to tell you. Best wishes. This video has been pending for a lot of so many days, 3 or 4 days. I thought I should put it today so that it can be of use for many of you. Thank you. Best wishes.